Namaste, welcome to the video. Today I'm showing a really effective stretch for the shoulders, which may make a big difference in doing your shoulder stand. There's a few reasons why sometimes people may find difficulty getting into the shoulder stand pose. And one of those can be the mobility of the shoulders in this direction, the flexion. So we have some poses which are quite common in yoga practice to work on that. But if you're very tight, the ones that you commonly see aren't that effective. So what I mean is we see sometimes in standing forward bends, the arms coming together over the back and reaching over behind. Now if my shoulders are pretty tight, my chest is pretty tight in this direction, I'm going to have a hard time to really get my arms, and I'm not going to be able to use weight and gravity to assist into the stretch. We do have, just using our own strength in positions like this. But again, you probably won't see something like that very common in most yoga practice. So aside from those kinds of strength-based ways, we can use the ground as a lever point, and we're going to have two positions for our arms. The first one will be more similar to the shoulder stand position. So we're going to place the hands slightly back. The fingers are turned forward. With an inhale, lift your chest. And with an exhale, pushing down through your feet, we're just going to shift forward through the pelvis. And you feel in your own body, in your shoulders, as you start to move, where is the comfortable range? Not too deep right away. The elbows will bend, and we let the elbows stay back over the wrists. You can be active pressing to your hands and a little bit squeezing the shoulder blades down and back together, keeping the chest open. Over time, you may feel easy to go deeper, and we can let the chin rest down, knees fall together, and find a restful position. A deep, relaxed breath flow. And on the exhales, gently let yourself sink into the deeper flexion of your shoulders, moving your arms back behind you. When you're finished, push through your arms to come back up, and you can rotate your hands. Now, deep shoulder stretches, it's quite easy, and after not too much long of a time, if you start to feel tingling or numbness in your arms. And it's usually because you have a lot of pressure around the nerve passing through the joint. So this is an indication that you're close to the maximum amount of time that you want to stay in the pose. If that happens very quickly, you might want to come in and out of the pose several times, or work on other shoulder mobility stretches and exercises, which you can see in some other videos I'll share or post soon. If you have shoulder injuries, you'll want to avoid going very deep into this pose. Now there's another position we can also use, and that is to turn the fingers backwards. This second option has small caveat to be careful with, and that is for the people who have hyperextension of the elbows. When we place the arms in this position, we create the same movement. Exhale, forward through the pelvis. If you have hyperextension elbows, you may have overly pressurized into the elbow joint on that hyperextension. So this can be, again, cause for some pain or discomfort, and not something that you want to overly stress, as it could cause more injury over time. One possible thing to do to alleviate that is to try to slightly bend your arms, engage your biceps in the pose. And this is a bit more active, so it requires some more management, some more attention. If though you discover or find that maybe that position isn't suitable, then you just stay with this arm bent position, and we still get this nice stretch through the shoulder joint. For those who are very deep and open in the body, and maybe you want to apply a little bit more pressure or weight into the stretch of the shoulders, either position, you can also bring the legs up and back towards the head. And a second option for coming up, coming up is if you're too far to just sit up easily, use the momentum of your legs to exhale and shoot yourself upwards. And after these deep stretches of the shoulders, it's also nice to do some circular movements, big, slow movements. So if you want to use this in a class or sequence before your shoulder stand, also, I would do it before the shoulder stand, then do something not shoulder stand right away. Because if we have the arms so long in this position and then we come to here immediately, maybe some people are going to feel this is too much and they need to allow circulation and refresh through this area of the body. So you can move into other things like some seated forward bends, twists, etc. Do your seated practice and incorporate this stretch somewhere in that sequence. Then after you've done all of those poses, you decide to lay down and come into your shoulder stand. Now, the other thing, since we're here talking about this shoulder action and mobility, is that it's not just flexibility that we need in shoulder stand. It's also the action of pushing down through the arms, through the elbows, to generate lift and support the elevation of the body. With the exhale, push and catch to the lower back. And as a demonstration, it doesn't need to be as strong as this, but you can think about how would it be, or even try, to get close to vertical and not use the support of the hands on the back. Use the action of the arms. Of course, then we have other variations of shoulder stand where this isn't even an issue, but of course you need the flexibility of your spine. And this is the unsupported version, or the arms up version. Still, we work through to push the shoulders down. So have a safe, healthy, effective practice. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content coming. Thank you. Namaste.